Hey everybody. Um, if anybody's having trouble hearing us or anything, there is a chat bar on the side or wherever it is on your screen. Um, as questions come up, whatever, as we're going through, feel free to throw them in there. We'll get back to those at the very end with Chris. So obviously, like you guys saw in the posting today, going through the art of truckmanship, Chris Tobin is giving us a class for free. He's doing a pretty big solid, and we decided we wanted to raise some money to support Sons of the Flag. Ryan, aka Birdman, and Rob, and I don't know if he's not in here yet, but they're here. Birdman started Sons of the Flag. We're going to give him however long he wants to take and sort of talk about what Sons of the Flag is. If you guys want to bounce stuff off each other, Rob, feel free to hop in too, obviously. So yeah, no further ado, Ryan, take the floor, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having us. And, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you setting this up to be a fundraiser for Sons, especially right now. It's absolutely more needed than ever. Backdrop on Sons of the Flag, for those of you who don't know, I served 8 years in the military. It was quite an interesting time, joined just at the beginning of the war. So I was blessed enough to make it through training and get into the SEAL teams and became an operator right out of the get-go. And had a great 8-year career. I pretty much accomplished everything that I had wanted to accomplish within the 8 years. So that's why I chose to get out and do other things. But blown up in '05, got first and second degree burns, nothing to really write home about, but at least I can understand what it's like to be burned. From that matter, I moved to Dallas, Texas, and it was interesting. It was in 2011, I was kind of searching for meaning and purpose. I got out in 2010, and I was kind of lost for about a year of just not being able to action anything or do anything for the greater good. And I had a meeting with a bunch of veterans. We were talking just like we're doing right now. It's just razzing each other. I'm part of the truck company, I'm part of an engine company or whatever. It's, I'm a SEAL, you're a Green Beret, or Army Ranger, whatever. And of course, everybody knows that SEALs are the best. So I just kept my mouth shut and just gloated on her, just so. But there was one guy in particular, the Army Ranger, who was on his first deployment to Afghanistan. He was a West Point graduate. He was Army captain, and his career and his tour got cut short when he hit a roadside bomb. And it's interesting, when you get injured overseas, you see gunshot wounds, you see blast wounds, all different types of injuries. We usually treat in the field, and we use an acronym called BATS, right? Bleeding airway tension pneumothorax shock. And so we focus on that, win the fight first, get them off the X, get them back to treatment, and yeah, that's it. And they usually return with a couple stitches, missing a limb, but still ready to rock and roll. When it comes to burns, though, you don't typically see them again if it's severe. They go to Brooklyn Medical Center in San Antonio, and they do their rehab there. And usually it's like a 6 month to a year and a half, 18 months, just for their treatment, their initial treatment. And then they end up, living in San Antonio to be near the burn unit. So we don't see these guys again. Well, meeting with this Army Ranger and seeing his, disfigurement on his face, his injury, and asking him point blank, what are they doing for you guys today? He basically said, this is as good as it gets for me. That was in 2011. Now, I found that hard to believe because, clearly we've had fire service for a long time. We've had blast wounds for a long time. Surely burn care is there. So I went online that night and I studied all night long. And I kid you not, I stayed up all night long to find out what I could give them that was public knowledge. Hey, did you know about this? No, cool. Let's get you into the program, and then we'll raise some capital for you, and you can go through it, and then we're going to get you a fix. Well, it came up way short. So the next morning I called him and I said, hey, dude, I couldn't find anything to give you. So if I were to start something on your behalf, would you join me? And he said, I'm in. And that was so awesome. It was like, cool, I got my shield armor again. I got my gear, I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to start operating. So I got together with some guys in Dallas, Texas, and I said, we're going to start this. We're going to call it Sons of the Flag. Sons of the Flag was a poem written in World War I based off the Civil War, talking the North and the South fighting against each other. And at the end of the day, coming one, under God, the United States of America. And why I think that really resonates with what we do is because we take burn patients and burn surgeons from all around the country and partner them together so they can see what treatment really looks like. A whole array of people. It's not just you're going to go to the local burn unit you're at and that's what you get. This is getting a secondary opinion to make sure that you can get everything you want out of a burn surgery, and then we ship you. So we started in 2011, really became an organization in 2012, a 501c3. So we're an 8-year-old organization. And the idea for us was just to help Sam, that one individual, that one Army Ranger. We were very blessed that DC firefighter, who is now the director of our task force, his name is Greg Turnell. He just retired from a 34-year career in DC Fire. Reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, hey man, I like what you're doing. I got 3 boys that are all active duty in the military, and I'm a career firefighter. I think you should expand your horizons to fire as well, fire service, and then I want to help you. I want to be on the team. And so, kind of funny, overnight we went from not having any clue what we were going to do to having a guy in DC who wanted to be our DC task force leader or representative. So I always make the joke that we grew nationally before we grew locally. And so at that point we figured, wow, okay, fire service, didn't even think about that. We got to expand. I wasn't really thinking about expanding past one person at the time, but then we saw a calling. We're like, all right, this can affect firefighters in every step of their career. This will affect firefighters. It can affect troops, the soldiers, and then, you know, obviously civilians will combat that in a little bit longer or later down the line. So we started operating, and the idea for us was we want to focus hard on R&D, research and development, because what we found out that in the last 50 years, burn care hasn't changed. It's the same that it was in Vietnam. They're doing the same types of surgeries, the techniques, technologies are somewhat stagnated, and they come to find that there's not a lot of money in burn care. You know, a doctor can go through reconstructive surgery, they go through plastic or general surgery, become a surgeon in private practice and make a boatload of money, and they don't have to worry about working in the hospital and working with that patient and not seeing the end result. So you have to find a surgeon that's actually fascinated by the injury. They're inquisitive about it, and they want to figure out how to fix it. So we work with very unique people. So the idea for us was focusing on research and development. That will always be the core focus of Sons of the Flag is R&D. How can we bring the future closer to today? The 2 ways we go about this is, number 1, we wanted to bring in the best surgeons in the country. And so over the last 8 years, I've traveled the country to talk to different burn units, talk to their surgeons, their chief of surgeries, to find out what they're doing, what latest and greatest is, and then how can we get them on the team? And for us, it's really unique because we're not part of an institution, we're not part of a hospital or university, so we can work with doctors from everywhere and they can collaborate together within Sons of the Flag. So our first program is called Mission Reconstruct Freedom. And I hope that everybody's taking notes on this because there's a quiz right after this, and if you fail it, I'm coming to your house personally to say hi. That being said, our number 1 program is Reconstruct Freedom. The ideal is when somebody gets burned and they leave the hospital for the initial treatment, the question to the family and that patient always is, what's next? Where do I go next? And so we became a resource to answer those questions. So now, anybody in the United States of America gets burned, you can direct them to sonsoftheflag.org and we'll help them through that.
And that's live.
Did just him freeze, or is everybody frozen?
Nope. No, it's just him. So until he comes back. So what he was saying was you can direct them to Sons of the Flag, and we can get them going to the resources that they need, whether it be you know, physical care, mental care, just a number of things. So I think he's coming back. He went from the A team to the D team with me, so sorry guys. So anyway, so what we want to do is we've opened, like he said, we've opened it up to everybody. At first it was first responders, military, but this year we've expanded it to everybody, civilians, everybody. And like you said, we work towards getting the best burn surgeons in the country. There he's back. He's on mute though. You're muted, Ryan. Yeah. You're on mute. Down at the bottom.
Hello.
There you are. All
Wonderful.
right, I stuttered through it, so you're back in.
I promise you our organization is more solid than my Wi-Fi connection. So with that being said, you go through your Skype consultation, they plan it out for you, and then we ship you out to Florida surgery, and we send a family member with you, and it's 100% free of charge. And I mean 100%. We pay a per diem as well so that you're not out of pocket for food or anything whatsoever. And the idea is just to get you the absolute best surgery you possibly can have so you can get back to the job or at least live a quality of life the most functional way possible. And that's what we focus on. It's not about cosmetics, even though we have plenty of surgeons that can do cosmetic work. It's about functionality. If I can improve your functionality, then you can see improvement in your life, and then that helps every other part of your life out. So we focus on functionality first. So Mission Reconstruct Freedom is for everybody. If somebody gets injured, send them to Sons of the Flag to fill out a 9-line, and we start the process with them, and we're with them every step of the way. The other program to Sons of the Flag is the fellowship program. See, right now, there are about 480,000 people that get burned in the USA every year. And of the 480,000, there's about 300 accredited burn surgeons nationwide. There's not a burn unit in every state, which is ridiculous. And we actually lost a couple burn units last year. And about a month ago, we lost one of our top burn surgeons. He just out of nowhere passed away. So it's a very small amount of doctors that are working on such a very horrible injury, and we need to keep adding to the mix. Problem is, all these doctors that are incredibly elite are all older, and so there's going to be a mass exodus or retirement. And when that happens, we're in real trouble. So our idea is we hire doctors in their residency who are very interested in burn reconstruction to become our burn surgeons. It's a fellowship program. So essentially, we scholarship doctors to go through burn reconstructive surgery. And we've hired 5 doctors thus far, which will each help thousands of patients in their lives. And this year, we're actually doing 2. Which is really cool because this year we will fund 50% of all new burn surgeons in the USA, which is a huge, huge deal. So our goal is to obviously fund all 100% of burn surgeons nationwide in the next 5 years so that we are the go-to place to create a burn surgeon, and we're well on our way. So we hire doctors to become burn surgeons, and their job is to work half the year on patient care and then half the year in the labs forwarding research and development for a fraction of what R&D would typically cost us. So I say all this, those are our 2 main programs, is the fellowship and Mission Reconstruct Freedom, but we do an onslaught of different things. We help with family needs. You can submit an application on our website for anything related to a burn, whether it's creams, garments, hotels, travel, help with rent. I mean, you name it, if it pertains to a burn and it puts your family back because of the injury, we help with it. So, and we're grateful because during COVID right now, everything was shut down. Our burn surgeons were not allowed to go operate in the hospitals, and all our patients had to be put on hold because everything is elective surgery. So they were all shut down from going through it. So it's crucial in this time that we raise capital to continue to help patients. This year, we made a decision in January that we wanted to not only help veterans and first responders, but we wanted to help all. It's a big deal, and every advancement we make within Sons of the Flag, it's a burn. A burn is different for each person, but it's a burn, and so why wouldn't we help everybody? So you can let everybody know that Sons of the Flag supports burn patients of all types, whether it be children, pediatric, veteran, first responder, or civilian. We cover down on all, so nobody's out of the game with us. They wear a burn, they're part of the clan, and we're ready to help them out. So that in a nutshell, Sons of the Flag, and I'm happy to report that in 8 years, we've grown it to 31 states. So we've got 31 team leaders that are boots on the ground for their state, and they'll do events, they raise capital, the money they raise stays local to their burn units so that they can actually see the money all the way through. They can see the end result of what the money's doing for that specific burn unit. And then it gets more buy-in for us to actually work within each one of these burn units. So we're in 31 states right now with local boots on the ground. You can go to Sons of the Flag to see our entire team, and you can reach out to any of them. If you're ever in town, you should definitely hit them up. And we're going to release a brand new website here on July 13th that is really, really interactive, very simple. It's not all kinds of bells and whistles. It's simple to the point. It talks to the patient as to how to use us, and it talks to the donor as to how to get involved. So pretty cool stuff. I'm very blessed to be at the helm of this right now, and I'm always looking for input on how we can be better. And we're always looking for new team leaders. Rob Mitchell joined our team a couple years ago, and it's been an absolute blessing to be a part of it. He was on the Fools E board and supported us even before he became a task force leader for Sons of the Flag. And so we look for people who are willing to get after it. And I know it's a big ask because you don't have a lot of time between family and work. But we're looking for the hard chargers that want to step out of that and help out for a few to give back to our society. So if it's anything you need to know about Sons of the Flag, it's all burn related. If it has a burn attached to it, we're a part of it. So sonsoftheflag.org. You can hit me up anytime, any day or night. I mean, that's what I'm here for. And I think everybody in the free world has my phone number now. So please, you know, if you don't have it, reach out to anybody from the Fools. They have it, and you can go online. My email is birdman@sonsoftheflag.org. Just to push out the word would be the greatest thing I could ask for, is make sure everyone in your fire groups know that Sons of the Flag exists and that we're here to help. That would be my only ask. So grateful to be here.
Well, Birdman, thanks again, man. This is it's an honor of ours to get to try and help with the push to raise some funds for you guys. You guys are doing awesome work, and I mean, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for doing what you're doing. From Central Ohio Fools and just the fire service in general, it's impacting us indirectly and directly, obviously. So it's a cool thing you're doing, and man, we're happy to be able to support you a little bit and help get the word out. And guys, everybody that's attending, if you check your chat log, we put a donate link for Sons of the Flag in there. So if you get any point in time during this or afterward, feel free to check that out. Encourage you. I know everybody gave a little bit of money to get in on this. We encourage you to go on and give a little bit extra if you can. You never know, it might come back to you. So again, thanks, man. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We hope you never need us, but just know we always got your back.